Alright gang, we're starting in, hello? What the fuck, English? We're getting in with a banger is what I wanted to say, but apparently the banger's already over. I love the chorus team, it's so good. Anyway, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night wherever in the world you are. Make sure you hydrate properly, which is something I'm going to be doing right now. We're going to discuss today's absolutely disgusting expanded deck that I've cooked up. Okay, let's be honest. I'm going to be fully honest here. I have not cooked up this idea. I tweaked the list to my liking. I tweaked a list that I found from a Japanese player. And I tweaked it to my liking, so it's like 2 or 3 cards different than the list that I found. That's what I did. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think of this. But it's a really cool list. And I want to kind of like give it a run through, see, discuss how the deck works, give it a few solitaire games to see how the deck actually functions. And see how we can, if the deck actually runs. Wow, I'm fumbling so hard already. It's been twice. I've not even been talking for more than a minute. Let's just get into it, shall we? This is a Roxie deck. As you can see, we have 4 Roxies that are supporters and nothing else. And the reason why I'm starting here is because this is really relevant. Roxie is a supporter that reads that we can discard up to 2 Pokemon that are not GX or EX Pokemon, capital EX, from our hand. And we draw 3 cards for each card we discarded in this way. The relevant part about this is the blow up bomb Koffing that we run with this, 3 copies of this. Blow up bomb Koffing has an ability that says that if it gets discarded from the effect of Roxie, we get to put 1 damage counter on each of our opponent's Pokemon. And we place the damage counters after the effect of Roxie, of course. The whole reason for this, for me running this combo, is because with this Dusknoir Medicham combo that I'm about to show, we want to spread as much damage as we can on our opponent's boards. So that's exactly what our plan is. We're going to spread some damage on some boards. So this is going to be the entire basis of the deck. Kind of like this is going to be our draw engine. It's going to be our way of damage spreading. Not our only way, but it's essentially what allows us to pop off so hard. Which one I wanted to show it to you first. And since we only have 4 copies of Roxie as our only supporter, we're running the quad Random Receiver. Random Receiver just reveals a random card from your, not a random card, it reveals the top card of your deck until you reveal a supporter card. Then you put the supporter in your hand and you shuffle the rest back. So this is always going to find ourselves a Roxie in case it is in our deck. And if it isn't, well then we just reveal our entire deck. We also run 1 copy of Tapu Lele-GX. Specifically because this works out really well with the energies we're running. We're running 3 double colorless energy, I'll get to that later. So energy to Tapu Lele-GX can actually attack with energy drive, and our ability allows it to on play find a Roxie for us. In case we don't have a random receiver, or in case we're item locked, for example. And then on top of that, we also have 2 VS Seekers. Yes, I only had room for 2. I had to cut some VS Seekers from the actual list. To put an item card that puts a supporter card from our discard pile into our hand. So we effectively have 6 uses of Roxie. 6. 6. Yeah, so these are 6 fingers, right? 6 fingers. 6 uses of Roxie. Should be enough. Probably, I hope, we don't need all 6 of those. Anyway, to get the Roxie double Koffing combo off more easily, we're also running some recovery in the form of 2 Rescue Carrier, which puts up to 2 Pokemon with 90 HP or less from our discard pile into our hands. Koffing has less than 90 HP, so is instrumental for getting our Koffings back. There is more recovery in this list, but Rescue Carrier here is specifically for Koffing itself. Just as an FYI. The other way we're going to be doing damage is with a thick Shrouded Fable Dusknoir line. We're running 3 Duskull, which admittedly don't really do anything. But they evolve into Dusclops, which have the ability to put 5 damage counters on one of our opponent's Pokemon and knocking itself out in the process. And also 2 Dusknoir that can evolve into that, which do the same thing but do 130 damage rather than 50 damage. So, and the reason why this Dusknoir line is actually so relevant is because there's another Dusknoir that we're also putting in this deck, and that is actually more vital for our strategy. So I'll get to that shortly. It's the Dusknoir from Boundaries Crossed. This guy. Hello. It has the ability Sinister Hand, which reads that as often as you like during your turn, you may move a damage counter from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another of your opponent's Pokemon. So if we spread a lot of damage over our opponent's board in the form of Dusclops, Dusknoir, and the Roxie Koffing combo, we can then move them around, which is really, really, really good. So good, in fact, that I could make a whole deck about this. Hey Sam, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. We're also running, for that reason, 2 Rare Candy to alleviate getting the Dusknoir in play in case our Duskulls are getting targeted. Only 2 Rare Candy. I wish I could run more, but like I said, deck space is always limited. Deck space is always at a premium. But you might be thinking like, oh, well, sure, you can move the damage counter around scaling Pokemon. It's not why not just do a lot of damage? Because of this guy right here, Medicham V. Medicham V is the attack Yoga Loop, which for 2 colorless energy. Ooh, 2 colorless energy. Puts 2 damage counters on one of our opponent's Pokemon. And if that Pokemon is then knocked out by this attack, we take another turn after this one, which is really, really good. It allows us to do a Yoga Loop and then do more stuff after our attack. That's crazy. We unfortunately can't use Yoga Loop 2 turns in a row. So, you know, it is what it is. For that reason, we're also running 3 double colorless energy. This just gives the Pokemon statue 2 colorless energy. Also worked with Tapu Lele, but I wanted to run 3 just because it's kind of vital for the entire list. Hence why there are 3 here. You're going alright? Trying to make an old deck idea work in post-rotation hell. Good luck. What kind of deck are we talking about, if you don't mind me asking? Alright. And the Pokemon that's going to help us stall so much before we actually get to those good turns is, yeah, it's this Menace that's actually in center right now. Why did my music pause for a second? Anyway, Budew can item lock our opponent for 0 energy. It's a basic Pokemon, has 0 retreat cost, also does 10 damage. Really good Pokemon. That's good. That's the main reason we're going to be able to stall that much, because most of the top tier meta decks are pretty reliant on items. Let's be real. Let's be candidly clear here. Your old Gothitelle hand control deck? Oh, but you got a new Gothitelle now, so maybe it actually works. You got a new Gothitelle now from Black Ball White Flare, so maybe it works. Anyway, let's go talk about our Ball Search, because there's a lot of Ball Search in this deck. We're gonna need a lot of Pokemon, like, for drawing as well as for setting up our pieces. New Goth is shite. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything. Anyway, the Ball Search. We run 4 Level Ball. This can grab any Pokemon from our deck except for the Dusknoirs, the Medichams, and the Tapu Lele. That's okay. This is excellent for grabbing Koffing, for example. Or just Dusclops. Does this fit here? It does. Kind of. Yeah, it does. Cool. The real highlight is Krokorok. Ooh. What does the Krokorok do again? It doesn't discard energies from the active? Or is that the old Krokorok from Scarlet Violet base? I'm not entirely sure. 40 discard 2 from hand. Oh, gotcha. That's a little scary. We also run, on top of the 4 level ball, we run 3 Quick Ball to find some more basic Pokemon. We run 2 Poffin to find more basic Pokemon, although albeit a little smaller. We run 2 Mysterious Treasure, which can discard a card from our hand and search our deck for a Psychic Pokemon, or a Dragon Pokemon. There's no Dragon Pokemon in this deck. We're also running 2 Hisuian Heavy Ball in case one of our basic Pokemon is priced. We're also running 2 Artazon to put basic Pokemon in play if they don't have a rule box. We're also running 1 copy of Fog Crystal to find a basic Psychic Pokemon for our hands. 1 copy of Nest Ball to find a basic Pokemon on bench, and 1 copy of Pokémon Communication to swap a Pokemon from our hand with one from our deck. Once again, like I said, a lot of ball search. Officially, this is not a ball, neither are these things, but these count as ball search in my opinion. Because they're items and... for one dark, one colorless. Ooh. Switching the Amapalm line in favor to have Gothless Croc. Yeah, that sounds alright. Yeah, like counter gain plus attachment just straight up charges Croc. That's crazy. Alright, this is kind of like the meat, the meat and the skeletons of the deck. The next cards that I'm going to be showing, the last 10 cards I'm going to be showing are tech cards slash other miscellaneous cards. We run 3 Rescue Stretcher as additional recovery, which can recover more Koffings, but it's probably usually for the Dusknoir line and for Budews if I need more of them. There's another airplane coming over. I hate it. There's so many airplanes these days. I don't like it at all. We run for more access to easy mobility. We run 1 copy of Latias EX to give our basic Pokemon no retreat cost, and 1 copy of Float Stone to give any Pokemon it's attached to no retreat cost. You just gotta pray they don't have Research Enhance since they get to choose what they discard after there's 0 plus 2 from Titan up. Yeah, gotcha. I mean, surely they don't have Tree, right? For bench protection, we run 1 copy of Mew from Unbroken Bonds. The reason I'm running this one specifically is because it's Psychic type, so we can find it off of Mysterious Treasures. Mysterious Treasures is the set from the Diamond and Pearl era. And we run 1 copy of Exeggcute to alleviate our Quick Ball use and our Mysterious Treasure use, but also a card that I'm still about to show you. That is gonna be our A-Spec. Dowsing Machine, which discards 2 cards from our hand and puts a trainer card from our discard pile into our hand. This can get us an extra copy of Rescue Carrier or an extra copy of Rare Candy or whatever we might need at that point in time. And the last 2 cards, Forest Sealstone should not be a surprise in this deck. We run a Medicham V. Forest Sealstone is just, we have no V-Star power. It's an auto-include in my opinion. And the last copy of the deck is a 1 Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX. This is a great late game attacker. And that's like about it. If we open this, we cry. But hey, at least we got Latias in the deck, so to get it moving if we need to. Which is why you're also planning to have the option for Goff support. When 20 plus discard a random card from hand, just in case you have to gamble. Oh yeah, valid. Valid. Alright, any questions about the deck? Because if not, I'm gonna shuffle this list up in like about 10 seconds. This is the time to get your screenshots in, by the way. You probably just run a few Luminous in that list? Yeah, fair. That makes sense. I was about to ask why not Prism, and then I realized, oh wait, Gothitelle and Croc are not basics. Alright, I'm gonna have to shuffle this really well, because everything is ordered right now, but don't worry, I'm the king at shuffling decks. I'm really good at shuffling. Look at this. Also, yesterday I went to a local and I did pretty well with slacking. I made a slacking Pidgeot deck because I really enjoy playing slacking on TCG Live, and I went 3-1, which is like not a bad score whatsoever. I think that's like technically the best score ever I had at a challenge. So yeah, we got some championship points for that. That's pretty cool. Okay, it's not. Okay, let me be completely transparent. It was the best score that I had in the past 6 months, I would say, with a challenge. But to be fair, the past 6 months I've been goofing around at challenges with like very unorthodox decks, and I would say that Slacking EX is probably the least unorthodox deck that I've tried at a challenge in the past 6 months, which I guess it then makes sense that I'm doing well at the challenge. But you know, I'm just allergic to playing meta decks. I don't know what it is. I just feel so cheap when I'm playing a meta deck because I'm like, my opponent's already gonna like know from like a mile away what I'm gonna do, so there's no surprise left. There's no surprise factor that they suddenly have to like freestyle or something. They can actually like just work on script how they prepared the matchup. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but But maybe I do, like, at least slacking is like unorthodox enough that people usually don't know how the matchup goes. Especially with the far-fetched Team Evo combo that I have built in. You're sort of considering keeping the Amapalm line and using just to send out the discards one, but having to navigate a horrible setup post-rotation and still needing the coin flip is just not it. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Coin flips are mostly the big downside of the Amapalm. If the Amapalm did like not have any coin flip thingies, it would be so fucking broken. Alright. I think we're pretty well shuffled up. So let's go ahead and grab my dice. And if I'm just shuffled one, it would be playable. Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like if I just remove the coin flip element, people would be cooked. Okay, so I have to admit, this deck is probably going to be a little bit harder to playtest in solitaire mode. Just because I would not know how my opponent's board develops, what HP values are exactly on their Pokemon. So we're just gonna wing it, if that's okay with y'all. I'm gonna flip the coin. If it's tails, we'll go second. If it's heads, we go first. It is tails, so we're gonna go second in this game. Yeah, I guess with Ambipom you could go for like Fan Rotom stuff. But that suddenly doesn't work for the Croc and Goth. Did I see the return of Pidgeot Control? It's so back. Oh yeah, I did see. With the Scoville in the X. From not the fire type one, but like the grass type one. It looked pretty fun. With Festival Grounds retreat locking. It looked pretty fun, but it still feels a little too situational, if you know what I mean. I don't know if it's gonna be like a tier 2 threat again. You know what I mean? Let me actually grab my V-Star marker. There's no GX attacks that I can do with this deck, so I'm not gonna grab my GX marker for this one. Scoff plus Festival Grounds. Yeah, it was a really good call. What did I put down there again? I don't know. I'm assuming it's a basic Pokemon. I kind of went on autopilot. Put down our prizes. Here we go. Our opponent is at 6 prizes. Let's assume we're playing against like Reggie Drago or something. I don't know. Not gonna be very good without double turbo Luxray V. Yeah, I guess so. But I guess it's not gonna be very good without double turbo anyway, because double turbo allowed Ogerpon to like retreat without doing damage, or retreat lock without doing damage, which is very nice. Control will always be a threat, always has been, always will. I feel like Pidgeot's matchups have been like Pidgeot's matchups against the top meta decks are very scary, in my opinion. Like, I feel like you always have to take in an Altaria EX for like the Dragapult matchup, and the Gardevoir matchup, and the Grimmsnarl matchup, but that also makes you more reliant to bricking your setup, so Pidgeot didn't even use Ogerpon though, it played Mawile. Yeah, but I'm saying like post-rotation Pidgeot control. Oh no, wait, what am I talking about? No, yeah, no, they did use Ogerpon occasionally. Like, yes, Mawile was a piece, but I would say Ogerpon was better sometimes because it's a bigger basic, has more HP, so it's harder to get chipped down by like a random attack from the Pokemon they're trapping in. Ogerpon was used, for sure. Was it better than Mawile? No. But it was used. I'm like 95% sure. Anyway. Oh, I opened Mew, okay. But yeah, that's like, it's not ideal. I said going second, right? Yeah. Alright, let's check our hands. This hand is really awkward. I think the first thing we're definitely gonna do is we're gonna random receiver for Roxie. Still place even Sudowoodo as secondary option against decks that have the fighting resistance. Yeah. Even Sudowoodo is always a good call, because there's always going to be fighting resistant Pokemon, I feel like. Yo, hello, can we find a Roxie? There we go. Any Latias gamers? Yeah, exactly. Am I really gonna have to Roxie away both my Dusknoirs? That feels a little awkward, but I think that is the play that I have to do. I'll put my VSR marker here. I definitely want to do Artazon first. To put down a Budew. We are price checking right now, so I'm just gonna flip over the prices just for ease of watching. Priced Poffin, a Lele, a Duskull, a Rare Candy, a Rescue Stretcher, and a Level Ball. I've seen worse pricing. What was I looking for again? Oh yeah, Budew. Definitely want to go for the turn 1 Budew. And honestly, like the Roxie discard double Dusknoir is not terrible. So I have a Rescue Stretcher in hand, so if I want to, I can shuffle them back immediately. Which is not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, Latias is a good target to trap. Opposing people's Pidgeots are good things to trap. Fan Rotom is a really good one to trap. Oh, actually not that good because it's easy to attack with that thing. But like Fan Rotom is like a trapping target. Monkey Dory is a trapping target. That's probably the best one actually. Actually no, Latias is the best target to trap because Latias probably won't attack in most decks it's in. Alright, let's play the Roxie, discarding Dusknoir and Dusknoir, drawing 6 cards. Feels really bad to use this Roxie, but it is what it is. There is a Heavy Ball. I drew another Budew. Maybe I should have not Artazon for the Budew. I think that was a misplay mostly. Let's play that Heavy Ball to... I'm tempted to grab Duskull, but I have another Random Receiver in hand, so I think I can grab the Duskull and not the Lele. I run 2 Heavy Ball anyway, so... bench the Duskull. And I'll immediately Random Receiver for another Roxie, just so that it's thinned out and in hand. Hasn't really been any good control cards printed since rotation, unfortunately. Yeah, not really. Unfortunately, not. And I feel like control is going to suffer even more once we hit rotation again in March, because then we're going to lose Counter Catcher, which is a really, really big one. Losing Counter Catcher is so massive for control, it's not even funny. I think the best one is LGM. Oh yeah, 100%. We got like no control cards in Journey Together and Destined Rivals besides like the Even Pseudo. But LGM is truly a game changer. Am I gonna Level Ball to Finn more? Yeah, I think I will Level Ball for Koffing, so we get it ready for the next turn, Roxie. There we go. This increases our odds of hitting another Level Ball next turn. Two Rescue Carrier in hand, which is really awkward. I unfortunately did not find Latias or Float Stone. Or a way to find Latias, right? Because I had Level Ball, yeah. Walk on, grab Latias. I do think Alomomola is also interesting for control. Like, you can compare the Alomomola with the LGM, the Dene, and Cupchew, and Nacli to make kind of like a baby control list. You're surprised that LGM Spidops hasn't been a deck I've seen. I've been working on an LGM Spidops list in like the background a little bit, trying to keep it under the hood because I really don't hope that people actually expect it. But it's hard to make work because you want to run like a load of Cyranos, but Cyranos, like if you want to run a load of Cyranos, you probably want to run more EX Pokemon. And running like quad Spidops plus like Pidgeot or Zoroark is really, really awkward for bench space. It is a really obvious combo, yeah, but it's really awkward to actually deck build for, in my opinion. I think that's the main reason why it hasn't been solved yet, quote unquote. I'm gonna have to pass. Against the Regidrago player, let's assume that they just have the Phantom Dive straight up, KOing Mew and Budew. Would they KO Budew? They probably would KO Budew. Alright, let's put that 4 and draw for turn. I draw a Dusknoir. Okay. See what we can grab out of Artazon first. Just play Aroma. Serrano, why him? Just play Aroma. Oh, Hyper Aroma you mean? No, you don't want to run Hyper Aroma as A-Spec. I think you kind of have to run Miracle Headset as your A-Spec. Otherwise you're really not getting anywhere with your setup. If you also want to include the DNAs and stuff. You kind of have to go with what Pokemon what did I just say? Oh yeah, Miracle Headset. This is the only good and legal target for Artazon, so let's put that down. I must say my hand is pretty bad at the moment. So this Duskull is new, and these two are old. What I can do is bench the Budew. And then I'll Roxie, Koffing, and Dusknoir. Putting 1 damage across all their Pokemon, drawing 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we find Latias, that's a big deal. We can definitely immediately use that Retreat. Evolve one of these guys into Dusclops. The question is, do I want to burn one of my Rescue Stretchers to get Candy Dusknoir right now? I think I will. I think Candy Dusknoir is pretty good. Here. What is the headset target? The headset target is Penny. In order to be able to loop yourself between the Dene and LGM and TEU without having to retreat, because usually you have a Gravity Gemstone on your active to help the retreat lock, especially in early game. So it's mostly Penny for mobility that you want to use Miracle Headset for. And the reason why it's so nice, Miracle Headset is so nice with the Dene is you can Dene back your Miracle Headset to kind of like have infinite supporter things. So you can have infinite bosses, infinite pennies officially, which is really, really nice. Infinite Ionos, you name it, infinite Aries. Seems so inefficient. Yeah, but it's like kind of a staple for control. I guess you could go Hyper Aroma, but then your late game isn't as oppressive anymore. Which is, I think, kind of mandatory for some decks to be able to counter some of the decks. Let's see, do I want to do anything here? Good Quick Ball for something. Then I would have to discard something else. I think what I definitely want to do is I want to Rescue Stretcher some of these Pokemon back into my deck. Shuffle back the 2 Dusknoirs and the Budew. I think Mew and Koffing can keep chilling here, because Koffing is a better target for Carrier anyway. Considering you could play Latias for mobility. Well, yeah, but that's like, once again, another bench space that you kind of like don't want to waste if you're already running like the Dene LGM quads Spite Ops. That's kind of like the whole deal. You kind of need quad Spite Ops in order to actually be as efficient as possible. Like, maybe you can get away with 3 Spite Ops, but then once again, your bench space is so contorted between LGM, TEU, the Dene, and potentially other Pokemon that help you set up. So that's why I've always been going for headsets with these specific decks, trying to make, but maybe that's the trap of me, thinking that headset is like the must-have. a spec in control. Maybe that is just me. Maybe something like Aroma or Stamp is just better. I don't know. Yeah, let's just cheap all in and go to the next turn. I haven't grabbed Exeggcute yet with anything, right? No, I haven't. What I'll do then is I'll quick ball away my carrier. Take a card? Yes, I did. Quick ball away my carrier for Exeggcute. And then quick ball away my Exeggcute for a Koffing. And then we Rescue Carrier. Not the Exeggcute, but I do want to keep it on top. Koffing and a Mew. Do I want to bench this Mew? Probably not. Yeah, I played GU. You guess aggressive mill fits in that deck, kind of. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the last Spidops list I tried out, given that was before LGM existed, was with GU. Yeah. VS Seeker. Or Roxie. Honestly, given, I have to say that list also included a Relicanth, so that the Spidops could use the retreat lock attack from the Tarantula. So maybe that's why I was struggling with bench space. Maybe that's the main reason. Penelope checks out because you have 3 basics position. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's play the Roxie, discarding 2 of the Koffing, dealing 20 more damage everywhere for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Let's evolve that guy to Dusclops. Play another Random Receiver to grab Roxie number 3. I guess we found it immediately. To be fair, I didn't shuffle my deck yet. Oh no, wait, there's no need to shuffle after the Roxie. What am I saying? I'm tripping sometimes. My bad. Unfortunately, Level Ball and Nest Ball are none of the cards that can actually search out the boundaries crossed Dusknoir for me. It kind of stinks that you can't play any other disruption supporters while spamming Penny. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but you got things like Crushing Hammer and stuff. And you can also recycle Crushing Hammers with the Dene, so it's like not the worst fit. Although you kind of don't need Crushing Hammer if you're using LGM, so interesting. Let's think. Let's play the Nest Ball for sure, because I kind of want to Medicham V on the field. Yeah, and then let's check if there's any Level Ball targets in my deck. It's just Budew and Koffing. I think those are okay to grab with Level Ball right now. So let's put them both here. It thins out my deck, so not too unhappy about it. There's a Dowsing Machine in my hand. Trying to think what I might want to recycle with that. Kind of stinks that you can't play any. Oh wait, I already read the message. My bad. My bad. By the way, small update on the Commander thing. A bunch of things are moving off the ban list again, and some things are coming back to the ban list. So I've reworked my my Ice Cube Commander list as well, to be like less reliant on Victini, Glimmutangle, Trick Coin, and just run more disruptive things, especially with things that just came off the ban list. Like, I think I included Beloba and Bryson Man. I'm thinking of including Lysander Prism Star, things like that, you know? The deck would also really want to play Milotic, since you have no Aerie to hunt down the Turtles. Yeah, like I said, bench space is really awkward to deal with Spidops. That's the main reason why people have a hard time building for it. Can I actually Dowsing Machine for something here? It's tough to say. Not really. I haven't played a Poké-Commander or Mysterious Treasure yet. That's kind of something I might want to Dowsing Machine for, but I haven't played those yet. Maybe a Rescue Stretcher, but then again, there's only a few Pokemon in my discard pile, and most of them are Koffing, so. Okay, let me think. I think this is gonna just be another chill turn, just Itchy Pollen, hope they don't have setup. Ooh, we draw double colorless, that's pretty big. Okay, we're gonna recover Exeggcute to hand with Propagation, and then play Roxie, discarding Koffing and Exeggcute. You haven't had time recently to put like true effort into the Vileplume block deck, unfortunately, for Commander. Oh boy, you're still trying to make that work? That scares me. 4, 5, 6. Ooh, there's Mysterious Treasure, that's big. We can Exeggcute, get the Exeggcute back into our hand, and then Mysterious Treasure away Exeggcute. To get the cool Dusknoir. Oh, my deck is getting a little thin. My deck is getting very, very thin-o. How many cards are in my deck? 9. Ooh. Nine is very little. We can evolve this Dusclops into Dusknoir, we can make this a Dusknoir. Fog Crystal won't grab anything, neither will Poffin. I don't want to play Receiver, mostly because I don't think I can get away with playing more Roxies without just completely decking out. But I spread like 4 damage, which is like mediocre, but there's a few Budews in there. We can pop some Dusknoirs to get some more damage going there. Putting my opponent at 2. I guess now I have the room to bench that Mew. I will leave one bench space open in case we need the Ursa. I mean, at this point we definitely can treat into Medicham. Hello, can we get under the card? Thank you. Treat into Medicham and probably move something around with Sinister Hands to knock something out with Yoga Loop. If we're playing against Regidrago, it's definitely going to be a Superizer that we're knocking out. But there's no way we're not getting that, right? Specifically because we popped 2 Dusknoirs and we had 2 turns of Itchy Pollen plus 4 Koffing procs. Okay. Fortunately, Rescue Stretcher still prizes, but I got my Heavy Ball, so I can get Tapu Lele out, which is now kind of useless, but still. Still trying the combos like so easy to find off box. Yeah, okay. You're not wrong. Getting Vileplume out isn't the issue, it's what else do you fit in the 100 card deck. Maybe Budew. Probably Budew, let's be real. Let's be real, you're probably putting in Budew. Maybe some Dolls, because I'm thinking of moving them off the ban list as well. Okay, so yeah, we get another turn, so a draw card for turn. Definitely gonna retreat back into the Budew. Do another Itchy Pollen turn. I'm just trying to look at my hand to see what I need to play. I really want to play this Dowsing Machine, but I don't know target. Probably Stretcher because I didn't get it off prizes. Probably Stretcher. Maybe Carrier because I still have some cards in my deck. I'll play Dowsing Machine, discarding my Poffin and the Exeggcute. I get Stretcher. Where's my Stretcher? Here. And I'll play the Stretcher, shuffle back a full Dusclops line. A full Dusknoir line. And then I'll Artazon to get that Duskull back. Oh, that's the Dusknoir, whoops. But you have Box for Geo, Ninja Boy, and like Mesa Goes our Artazon. And if you have Geo, you can look for Timer Ball, or Evo Incense, or Breeder Fields. Yeah. I don't know how likely that is to get turn 1. I'm not gonna lie. You just have to have boxier hands raw turn 1, which is hard. You can't like Ardent for the box or something, or Skyla for the box, because then you can't play the Ninja Boy in the same turn. Although you maybe don't even need to do Ninja Boy. Oh, never mind. I was thinking the Ditto from Fire Red Leaf Green has a similar effect to 410, but it actually doesn't copy over the turns in play, so that wouldn't work. It just copies everything but the turns in play, so just rip box off your item draw. Just run boxed order. Let's see. It's gonna have to be Itchy Pollen. Assume they have a KO on Budew, I guess. One. Raw. Let's bench Budew. No, this has got to be a Medicham turn. Surely we have enough damage in play that we can nab another KO with Yoga Loop. Unfortunate thing is I can't grab a KO here with Lele, because I don't have the other one of my other 2 double colorless. They're still in my deck, unfortunately. I'm not willing to bench that yet. I could go for like an Ursa attack, probably. Play Pokemon Communicator that puts Budew not in the discard pile, in my deck, to just find Dusclops so that this can't be sniped down with the Dragapult attack. Oh wait, Mew is on the bench. Dang. Never mind. I just dug my own grave by benching that Mew. But like realistically, ripping box isn't too absurd with the Dene Squawk. No, I guess not, but then you're like discard. If you're gonna go like actual hyper aggro, that's so fucking funny. Not gonna lie. Because you can probably run something like electromagnetic sonar to find that shit. That's so funny though. You probably run like trekking shoes, an acro bike, a roller skates, Bill's teleporter, just all the hyper aggro draw cards. Yeah. Go for a Yoga Loop, taking 2 prizes and taking another turn. The thing is, I have no Gust in this deck, so how realistic is it for them to push up a 2-prizer? How realistic is it for them to push up a 2-prizer? And how realistic is it for me to KO that 2-prizer with Saluna? I guess with Sinister hands in play, it's probably likely that we can go for an Ursa play, move some damage counters around, and kill them with Ursa. I'm not entirely sure how. This is what I mean with like it's hard to solitaire this, because it's hard to imagine what my opponent's board state will look like, because I don't know what Pokemon they have benched and or evolved at what point, you know. So I'm probably not going to spend too long on today's stream, if I'm going to be real. Hyper-aggressive is like the best type of control, or the most fun, I guess. I can see it. Wait, honestly, hold on. What commander were you thinking of using? Because we've talked about Vileplume and the Lele-GX. So it's Lightning and Grass. There's quite a few rule box Pokemon that actually have Lightning and Grass in their type identity. So you have some options, but like, which one were you thinking of? Something like Terapagos or Pikachu EX or Galvantula EX. There's probably others. Can't think of them right now. Terapagos was the main option, right? I guess that makes sense, because then you can also run stuff like Noctowl, and maybe... no, Noctowl is the only thing I got. Just to have fish. Yeah, fair. And I guess if you run Terapagos, you can also run the Inteleon line, the Shady Dealings, which is really good. And maybe Radiant Greninja. It's a lot of power. Water is like such a good, just like a good standard. It just has so much like solid, versatile search for you. Ratman and fish mostly, yeah. Wait, what fish are we talking about? Just to have fish. What fish are we talking about again? Oh, Lumineon. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Well, you don't even have to... I was about to say, you don't even need to run Lumineon. You can also just go Lapras. Because Lapras can be found off of Level Ball as well. So, Lapras is just better. Because it's a single prizer. And... Level Ball. Also, what the fuck? There's a Lumineon catchable in the chat right now. That's so funny. That is so funny. I have to catch this right now. That is such a coincidence. That's actually crazy. Shady Dealings is like kind of useless if you plan to be trainer locking the entire game with hard. Oh, no. So since the Vileplume is from Hard Gold Soul Silver era, back then trainers were only items and tools. Well, technically only items, because the tools were also items back then. So you're only item locking with HESS Vileplume. You're only item locking with that. So it's essentially the same as Ancient Origins Vileplume. But instead of it being on an ability, it's on a Pokebody. So you can still use Shady Dealings to find tools, stadiums, and supporters. Well, that's boring. No, it's not boring. I think the game would be boring if that actually fucking trainer locked. Like, that'd be nuts. Wouldn't it? That would be just straight insane. There we go, I got a Lumineon. Slate. Does it change anything about the deck? No. No, it doesn't. But it does mean that Inteleon doesn't do nothing. But I guess I'm gonna run Cessation Crystal in my list now. If I'm gonna have to go up against that shit, I'm gonna have to run Cessation Crystal. Cessation Crystal is a must. What else blocks Vileplume, Pokebody? I guess Goop Gas Attack. No, with Goop Gas Attack is an item, so I can't play Goop Gas Attack. I can play it the turn you're putting Vileplume in play, not any turn after that. Pokemon Ranger won't work either. I guess the Delta Gardevoir EX does work. Yeah, there's counterplay. There's counterplay. Mostly Cessation Crystal. I think that's the biggest one. Cessation Crystal is such an underrated card, but it's so goddamn disruptive. Although Cessation Crystal itself is also not without counterplay, so it's not like it's like the end-all be-all answer. Goop Gas don't work since you would be going last in theory. Well, it would work. I could just play it before you do your turn. Because it lasts until I'm going on my turn again. So you can put the Vileplume in play, but it won't have to trade a lock until it passes back to me. Alright. Let's do another game. Shall we? Let's see how efficient we can get our setup. How efficiently. We'll still be locked for your turn though? Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You're right on that. I would definitely still be locked for my turn. But the other players will not be. Why am I always forced to start Mew? I hate this. I guess I will start Mew starting with Lele or Ursa is infinitely worse. I just realized I didn't even find 4 Sealstone last game, which is very funny. There's no explicit tool search in this list anyway, or trainer search, so it makes sense. I didn't flip for going first or last, so let's see. Kills, so we're going second in this game. Haven't drawn yet. Yo, Strategic hello, thanks for watching on YouTube side. on the YouTube side, you can actually see the deck list in the description, because Twitch doesn't have descriptions on their website, unfortunately. I mean, really, you are helping me since you're unlocked for your turn? Yeah, true. True, you're right. You can just evolve into Ancient Origins to bypass gas attack. Yeah, that's also true. That's also so true. Let's play the Heavy Ball first. Did I just top deck a Heavy Ball? No, I think I top decked a Quick Ball. Let's see, what are our prizes? Oh, Latias prized. I think I have to get Latias out here. The Koffing, yeah, there's like 2 other Koffings in the deck. 2 Quick Balls and Dowsing Machine prized hurts a lot. But it is what it is. I'll leave the prizes open so I can remind myself, so I don't have to like write it down or whatever. So it's better for like the content, I guess. I'm not gonna bench at Latias until I find a Budew, but finding Budew shouldn't be that bad. Really want to develop some Duskulls as well. There's no way for me to actually find... Oh no, I have a way to find Roxie. Never mind. I'm trolling. I literally have Tapu Lele-GX in hand. This is crazy. Oh, ad break. Oh no. Well, I mean, YouTube doesn't have ad breaks, but hey. I have to copy paste another listen to live so you can't play it. To be fair, I think most of these cards are actually in live. But like the most important cards aren't. Like the Dusknoir from Boundaries Cross isn't in. Neither is Exeggcute and neither is the Dowsing Machine. But I think the rest actually is. Oh no, wait, Float Stone. Yeah, that's a big one as well. But that's like workable. Well, not really workable because that Boundaries Cross Dusknoir is kind of a necessity. Why am I shuffling my deck? I don't know. Anyway, me and Sam were talking about how viable item block Vileplume would be. How reliably you can get that going on turn 1 because we don't ban Geo. Level Ball. Yeah, I think I'm Level Ball quick balling for... Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know. Okay, so we Level Ball for Exeggcute. We then quick ball away the Exeggcute for Koffing. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. God, I love this song. So good. It's like Lucamine's team, right? From when she's in 8th Foundation? I'm kind of unsure, but I think it is that. Alright. Recover Exeggcute with Propagation. And then I will play Roxie, discarding both Koffing and Exeggcute. So there's 1 damage counter across all the opponent's Pokemon. And we get 6 cards. 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are not terrible cards to draw. Especially since we found a Duskull and a Budew. So I can develop some boards. What I can also do is I can play Pokemon Communication to put Ursaluna back for now and find myself another Duskull. Get my setup going even better. There we go. Because I'm not gonna need Ursaluna for like another 5 turns, probably. Something like that. Oh, thank you, Pass Noah, for putting in a reminder that I need to stay hydrated. I'm gonna do that right now, after shuffling the deck. I haven't even checked my hand to see if there's anything I can do with search, but we'll see. Oh, ad break's over. in case anyone missed anything from the ad break, our board is now this. So we got Poké-Com off of the Roxie. Oh yeah, there is a level ball in my hand. It's probably best saved for next turn though to find Dusclops. Or Koffing, dependent on what we need. I'm definitely gonna retreat the Mew with Latias' effects and Itchy Pollen for some stall. Going into turn 2, we find an Artazon. Okay. Interesting. I think I have to level ball for Koffing because I want to do another Roxie turn. So yeah, we level ball for Koffing. We VS Seeker for Roxie. I will recover my Exeggcute with Propagation. And then Roxie away my Koffing and Exeggcute to once again do 10 damage across their whole board and draw 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We find the other heavy ball, which is Poggers. We can actually get our Koffing off of the prizes. Semi-blooming energy Vileplume is so good at. Oh yeah, it's actually Gloom that has the semi-blooming energy. The Vileplume has fully blooming energy. Vileplume engine is going to be nasty with that new stadium for standard. Oh yeah, I don't think... I'm not sure if Vitality Force is going to stay illegal, just for your awareness. I haven't looked into actually banning things for Mega Evolution because it hasn't been released in the rest of the world yet, but don't expect that to be going off. Maybe. I mean, it's not for turn 1 anyway, so like who cares, but come on, give me Roxie, thank you. Although maybe in standard it's gonna be pretty good. The semi-blooming plus fully blooming energy engine with the Vitality Forest. Maybe that's actually gonna be good. How many Giovanni Mon should you run? 2 or 3? I don't know, man. It depends on how searchable they are. Like, if they're colorless Pokemon that you can find with like Fan Rotom, I would say 2. That's why I specified for standard. Oh, I didn't even read that. I didn't even register for me that it sets for standard, as in like, oh yeah, so only for standard. I'll random receiver again because I want to fit my deck. I already played Roxie this turn, I know, but hand disruption isn't real in solitaire testing, so I don't care. There we go. You have 2 options for colors, yeah. Then I think 2 options is probably fine if you also have Fan Rotom. Because with Fan Rotom you can also find other things. Like, I don't know, Farfetch'd, or a Ditto Prism Star, or a Ditto from Fire Red Leaf Green. There's a lot of good options you can get with the... Like, you can get like Pidgeotto, maybe. Bench is full. I have no targets for 4 Sealstone. I have 2 of these in hand, so I will attach one of them to Lele-GX. Because I have no way of getting a Dusclops in play, I'll just Budew again. Let's assume Budew gets knocked out by now. I'll push up my Lele-GX and draw. Oh, I can PAF it for Budew number 2, that's pretty good. It's a good top deck. Does Ditto Prism's ability work with the Geo engine? I think so. Actually, no, it doesn't work. It just specifies that you have to wait a turn. Well, actually, does that work? Maybe that does work. I would have to read both cards very carefully to know if that works or not. I would say it probably works, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. What I'm sure of, though, is that we're gonna Roxie discard 2 Koffings. to do 20 damage across their whole board. We're already at 40 damage dealt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can Rare Candy into a Dusknoir. Really nice. Let's think. I think there's 2 Roxies in my discard pile. 1, 2, yeah. So playing Random Receiver is useless because I also have 2 in hand. I thought it can be used on your first turn would block it. Oh yeah, if it specifies that, then yeah, that would indeed block it. You're right. Do I have any way to find other Dusknoir? Probably not. So I'm gonna level ball for Dusclops, so I don't have to candy that in play. There we go. All right. Okay. Let me think. It's probably just another Budew angle. It's probably just another Budew angle. Let me just move my Exeggcute to the top of my discard pile so I don't forget about that guy. That's not my Exeggcute. That's my Exeggcute. Not that I want to do it right now, but potentially next turn. Let's Itchy Pollen. Let's assume they got once again a KO on this. So I'll push Tapu Lele again and draw. Oh, I found Medicham V. I think I'll bench Medicham V, attach the double colorless energy, attach the Forest Seal Stone, and then use the V-Star power to look for that Dusknoir. Dusknoir, hello, there we go, okay. Surprise box plus Portrait Smeargle might be kind of good, not gonna lie. Did I not send you the ban list update, the most recent ban list update? Smeargle is on the ban list. Portrait Smeargle is on the ban list now. I did some testing with it and it honestly felt way too good to like be allowed. It's so fucking disgusting. It's grabbable with Level Ball and with Rotom, Fan Rotom. It's absolutely disgusting. I did not send you the update list. Okay, cool. I will. Remind me after stream that I will do that. Evolve the Dusknoir. Roxie's really awkward because I can't play it. Can't play Roxie because there's no Pokemon in my hand. But that's okay. We're definitely able to do a Medicham V Dusknoir shenanigans turn, especially if I pop a Dusknoir somewhere. Now I have a bench space open, so I think I'll play Artazon to just deck check and see what's left in my deck. I don't have any recovery for Budew, unfortunately. There goes like half your turn 1 engine, yeah. Indeed, there goes it. Let's see, Dusclops Ursa. Not sure if I want to rebench that Duskull yet. Yeah, no, Smeargle is not a thing anymore. And I think you can see why. I think you can see how that's absolutely disgusting. Like, looking at triple the cards you normally do is just so goddamn disgusting. Think, now I use your noggin. Yeah, oh yeah, Yoga Loop. We're Yoga Looping this turn, that's right. So let's assume we get like, I don't know, 1 prize off of the Yoga Loop. Oh, that's the most useless prize! Well, actually no. Heavy Ball is the most useless prize, but still. Would have loved to get a Quick Ball or a Dowsing Machine there. I guess it's not that bad because it's Roxieable. Okay, let's go to next turn. Find Poffin. It's a little awkward. Okay, let's recover Exeggcute. And then play Roxie, discarding Exeggcute and Dusknoir, spreading no damage, but drawing 6 cards. Yes, this kind of would let you find a draw supporter as well as Ninja Boy or Fortin. Yeah, exactly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we can Rescue Stretcher for a Budew. And I also want to Rescue Stretcher for, since I have a candy left, Duskull Dusknoir. How many Rescue Carriers are in my discard pile? 0. There's also, yeah, there's 3 Koffings in my discard pile though. So do I recover Koffings? How likely is it that I find Rescue Carrier next turn? Not that likely. Can I find the Koffings if I shuffle them in now? Yes, I can with Mysterious Treasures. Okay. So we're actually shuffling in the Koffings and not the Duskull and Dusknoir. Ding. And I'll use Artazon to bench the Budew immediately. What relevant turn 1 colorless Pokemon can you find with a Fan Rotom without Smeargle? Not gonna lie. I don't know, you can find Hoothoots for your Noctowl on the next turn if you run Terapagos. You can find the Farfetch from Twilight Masquerade, if that's something you fancy, with like a Team Evo play. Oh wait, Team Evo's banned. Never mind. Turbo Energize play, maybe. I'm trying to think, but like I said, the Ditto from Fire Red Leaf Green is like a semi-Fortin. That's a good one. You can grab Holland's Cast Form, which like can work as an energy card, so you can technically search for energy with Fan Rotom, which is really good. There's probably some other good ones that I'm not thinking of right now. I would say Peak Rattata from Evolutions. I don't think it's called Peak, but there's a Rattata with an ability from Evolutions that's pretty good that you can consider running. You can just grab the annoying ass blocking Ditto. Oh yeah, you can grab Ditto Bollock Ditto to limit your opponent to 4 benched. That works, yeah. That 100% works. Hello, Do. Hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. How's it been? Let's see, what was I doing in the turn? I have used Force Seal already, right? Yeah, my V-Star marker is flipped. It is indeed flipped. I have way too many cards in hand. I don't think any of them will do like anything here, other than maybe Finn, which I don't really need to do right now. So I think it's probably best to just retreat Medicham for free, thanks to Latias' ability. And then just go for an Itchy Pollen. It's probably not an Itchy Pollen that's gonna stick, but who cares? Let's push Lele and draw. Oh, we find the Koffing. That's huge. I was about to pop my Mysterious Treasures to find these, but now I only have to run 1, so we can now use Propagation from Exeggcute to put it from the discard pile into our hands. And then we can play Roxie, discard 2 Pokemon from our hand and draw 3 cards for each discarded. 3, 4, 5, 6. And with Koffing's ability Blow Away Bomb, we're also doing 10 damage to every Pokemon on the bench for our opponents. If you weren't already tired, if you weren't always tired, you would be tired from life right now. Oh my god, that line goes so hard, but I'm so sorry to hear that. But that would go so hard in literature. If I would read that line in fiction, I would go, oh my god, that's interesting. 10th Century might actually be the most relevant Hoothoot, not gonna lie. Yeah, maybe. There's a bunch of good Hootoots. There's a lot of really good ones. There's like one that pushes active to bench, which is I think really good. The hand reveal with 2 colorless is also pretty alright. Am I gonna bench this Duskull? Don't think so. Tough decision. I'm gonna pass on it, I think. I'm gonna definitely Artazon for Budew because I didn't find it. Wait. Did I draw Budew and did I not notice? Oh no, wait, I shuffled back Budew last turn and I used it and it's dead. So I would have to... Oops, that's a little bit of an oopsie. Okay, so we're gonna Rescue Stretcher back Budew and Budew and Koffing. We're gonna shuffle all three of those into the deck with Rescue Stretcher. And then I'm gonna use Artazon to put that Budew on my bench from the deck. Farfetch for Turbo Energize is actually pretty decent. Yeah, it's not bad. Farfetch is a really good mon, actually, if you think about it, because it fins one card from your deck as well. Talking about finning deck, my deck has 7 cards left. That's not a lot of cards, unfortunately. Okay, surely with Dusknoir's ability to move damage counters around, I can get a cool Medicham V snipe, right? Let's say we get one for like 2 prizes. Just grab 2 random cards from this pile. Oh, let's go. I got the Dowsing Machine finally off the prizes. My hand is so full, it's crazy. There's so many cards in hand. Okay, we go to the next turn. Because Medicham V got us another turn. Summary of the past 2 weeks. So that you kept almost fainting. Oh shit! Went to the doctor, only thing they found was low vitamin D. Not even low iron? That's kind of crazy. Started meds for that. One of your molars also broke in half, so now you have to deal with that. I feel the pain. That sounds so goddamn annoying. I'm so sorry. Hope you're still holding up somehow. Let's see. Can't Yoga Loop again this turn. I think it's gonna be another push Budew turn, but my question is, do I want to do anything before? I think I want to hold the Roxie because I don't want to draw my entire deck yet. Yeah. So let's Itchy Pollen for 1 turn, assuming Budew goes down. Pushing Medicham. I draw Budew, that's something I don't want to draw though. I'm gonna play Fog Crystal to grab that Koffing from our deck. If only someone hadn't banned TM Evo. Dude, TM Evo is so goddamn busted in this format. In a format where Budew is legal, TM Evo is so goddamn busted. Plus Torchic. There's also another basic Omega Barrager. You just want a chill day, just 1. Yeah, that's valid. I mean, maybe you can find some chill here. Hopefully. Push him. Did you like do anything to nerf Shocklock in the new ban list? No, I've been looking into that. I'm gonna do another update on the ban list because I want to unban some dolls. But I think I'm not sure if Shocklock needs banning specifically to be relevant because it's really hard to loop for like more than 2 turns. Because I realized that Devo Spray Z shuffles the evolved Pokemon back into the deck and not doesn't put it into the hand. So it becomes a lot more inconsistent to do for like 3 turns in a row, for example. So I've been thinking to maybe like hit 1 piece of that combo to like maybe hit Devo Spray specifically only, but I'm trying to wrap my head around it and it's. I'm not entirely sure if I should hit anything on that. Like, we can always hit it later if it ends up being a problem, is kind of like my philosophy. If it's not going to be a problem, then why hit anything? But if it's going to be a problem, then we could always hit something. What was I planning on doing? Oh yeah, I wanted to play Roxie. For that, I have to play Versus Seeker first. To put a supporter from my discard pile into my hands. There we go. We're gonna play Roxie, discarding 2 Koffing to do 20 damage to every Pokemon in their play. We draw 4 cards, so we have no deck remaining, unfortunately. So we do have to Rescue Stretcher some Pokemon back. So let's shuffle back the Koffings and another Koffing, sure. If I find the regular Devo Spray and have a board setup, they loop infinite. Oh yeah, because you can recover with the Lilipop or like anything. You can also recover with the Dene or any trainer looper. But they can break the loop by killing the trainer looper. Or they can break the loop by hand disrupting you. So, like, I think hand disruption is going to be very common in this format, so I'm not entirely sure if you want to actually, how, like, reliable that loop is, if you know what I mean. Okay. So, assuming that from those extra 20 damages, things are going to be a little bit more softened up, we're going to Yoga Loop again. Killing, like, let's say a 1 prizer, grabbing a random prize. Quick Ball, that's literally the best prize to grab because the rest is Heavy Ball. Drawing a card for turn. Do I have another way to play Roxie? I do. This is really funny. We can Roxie again this turn. So it doesn't really matter. We have such a big hand that we don't even need the Exeggcute to do anything. So we Dowsing Machine away a Duskull and a Random Receiver. Put a Roxie back in our hands. There we go. I have 1 Koffing in hand, but I can Quick Ball away the Artazon to find the other Koffing. And then I can Roxie for 2 Koffings again, drawing 1 card. And once again empty my deck. Then we bench that Bloodmoon or Saluna, move some damage counters around, and surely we can get 2 prizes off of that interaction, right? Surely. Hopefully. Unless they have like one big Pokemon in play that can somehow tank 280 damage. It's possible, but how likely is it, is the question. Hand disruption with what, Noah? With Iono? With... Oh, wait! The fucking Stoutlands! Oh, yeah, wait. Hold on. Hold on. I forgot the Stoutland was part of the equation. Hold on. Shit. I mean, to be fair, that requires like a certain stage 2 setup and a certain stage 1 setup with specific items in your hand. So, how likely / unlikely is that? I would have to do some testing with that. And for Stamp, what's gonna take out Knockout, broski? Well, someone else can maybe take a Knockout if they got like a switch and then they can knock out like either the Shock Locker or another player. If they can knock out something off the Unfair Stamper, then they can Unfair Stamp. Technically. There's another card that exists, Meddling Memo, also an option. Meddling Memo is an option, just saying. Listen, if we also put Vileplume in the mix with the Shock Lock plus Stoutlands, then we have a problem. If you use things like Turo to loop it every turn rather than Devo Spray. But if you use Turo rather than Devo Spray, I think the Lilipop recovers an item, not a trainer. So that actually does not work. If they have Switch, yes, but you actually have you actually added the Switch to any of your decks? I've added Keldeo GX. I've added Guzma. But Guzma is actually not a thing, never mind. Hold on. Fuck, bro. That's the thing, yeah, I'm thinking right now in specific techs. That's something I shouldn't do, because we shouldn't force people to run specific text to function in a game if one strategy is really oppressive. So yeah, I'm thinking of specific text, but I shouldn't be thinking of broad text. So for stuff like Guzma, for example, I would say Guzma is a broad tech. That's a card that's probably like 90% of Commander decks. Keldeo, Fruity, Alola, Muk, sure. Oh, you also have a Muk setup? Damn. I didn't know you had all that. I was unfamiliar with your game, G. You need Hoot plus Keldeo to even get through it. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Which are 2 cards that are in my list, but... Because I feel like Stealthy Hood is such a good no-nonsense card. But also Stealthy Hood makes it so that I can't be paralyzed from Raichu, right? That's the Expand Shocklock combo, yeah. Oh, you're right, this is like so regular. Yeah, no, I know, I'm not too familiar with Shocklock, but I don't think Expanded runs the Stoutland anymore, right? I think they just run other stuff with... I think they just run like Budew. I think they just run like Budew plus Shocklock, right? But also, we gotta think that Commander is definitely less consistent than Expanded. That's something I also have to keep in mind. Like, how easy is it to get that specific combo in play? Shocklock isn't real anymore, they don't play it now? Yeah, exactly. Which is why I didn't think of it as a problem. But I'll definitely cook. I'll definitely cook something to nerf Shocklock, I think maybe. But I'm unsure. Because I feel like straight up banning Raichu from Burning Shadows feels a little iffy, if you know what I mean. You have a full list if you want to see it. Yeah, please send it in Discord so I can mull over it after stream. See if I can actually if there's a specific like weak piece that we can hit on that. If it needs hitting. That's the whole question, of course, if it needs any hitting at all. Alright. Let's take another sip of water because I'm a thirsty boy. I guess Hexmaniac has been unbanned with the recent Hexmaniac has been unbanned with the most recent installment of the ban list update. So technically Hexmaniac is a counter to one turn of Shocklock. Hold on, let me give it a good roll. That's not a good roll. Give me a good roll. There we go. 3. Okay, so we're going second. Let's see. I have to open Koffing. That's so goddamn terrible, bro. That's like the worst starter. It's actually worse than... It's actually worse than starting Ursa or Exeggcute. Why in the ever-living fuck did you unban Hexmaniac? Also, you can't play that through Stoutland. No, but you can play it before they set up the Stoutland. Right. Because I think Hexmaniac is, like, low-key broken if you can put 4 copies in your deck. But if you can only put 1 copy in your deck, I think it's fine. Like, is it annoying? Yeah. Is it disruptive? Yeah. Is it game-breakingly broken? I don't think so. Alright, it wasn't going second game, right? Yeah, it wasn't going second game. So we draw. Draw Koffing, okay. I have Artazon plus Nest Ball to thin out some things, but I think I'd rather want a Roxie first. So let's Random Receiver to find another Roxie first. That's whatever, I'll just stick in a Pokemon Ranger. Pokemon Ranger doesn't work against Hexmaniac, because Pokemon Ranger only prevents effective attacks, and Hexmaniac is a supporter, not an attack. There's literally like nothing to stop the Hexmaniac once the Hexmaniac has been like put in play. There's like plenty of things to stop Hexmaniac from being played, But there's no stopping Hex Maniac when it is played. Well, I guess Stealthy Hood. Stealthy Hood still counters Hex Maniac, but Hex Maniac was of course banned before Stealthy Hood got released. So, not broken, I swear. Yeah, I swear, it is not broken. What do you mean? There's plenty of things with Poke Powers and Poke Bodies and Pokemon Powers that you can still use. It's not like you're shutting off everything that has like meaningful things when it's on the board. There's still an entire 4 generations of Poke Powers and Poke Bodies that you can use. Roxie for 1 feels so weak, but I think I have to do it. Draw 3. Okay, those are good cards though that I drew. Those are good cards. I got an Artazon, I got a Level Ball, and I got a Fog Crystal, and a Nest Ball. I think I'll use all these searches. That's okay, fine. I'm just gonna play Trainer Recovers plus first Seeker Hex to ruin everyone's fun. Yeah. Why do you always gotta ruin the fun, man? To be fair, I think that is less annoying than Shock Lock. Let's be real, I think Hex Loop is more annoying than... Or I think Hex Loop is less annoying than Shock Lock, if I'm gonna be honest. Definitely grabbing a Budew from the Artazon, because that's definitely gonna go on the bench. I want to grab an Exeggcute from the Level Ball. And from the Nest Ball, I want to grab a Medicham V. From the Fog Crystal, I want to grab a Duskull that's also going on the bench. I'm Bennett, you're just asking for it, chat. Am I asking for it? I don't think so. I think Hex Maniac is fine. I think Hex Maniac is fine in a format that has 4 generations of non-ability mons that still do things. If anything, if anything, Hex Maniac will encourage more diversity. Because usually, if people are new to like Eternal format, they try to stick with like standard stuff. Or like expanded stuff, like recent stuff at least. So if anything, it promotes diversity. It's like, oh well, I guess I gotta look at the old shit, because that can actually do something against Hex Maniac. That's of course not the main reason why I unbanned it, but... yeah, you know what I mean. Actually, I should have grabbed Latias V from the Nest Ball. Latias V? Latias EX. I'm gonna change that part. Good luck at work, by the way. Good luck at work, Sam. Love talking to you. Alright, is there anything else I can do here? Not really. I'm gonna have to pass, which means they're not item locked, so they're definitely grabbing a KO this turn. 95% sure. Oh wait! I'm stupid! We're not item locked. I can just retreat, that's why I grabbed the Latias. Yeah. Itchy Pollen. Their opponent's item locked. We Gucci. Okay. Level Ball for Koffing. Koffing number 3, that is. There we go. Alright. Gonna play Roxie, discarding Exeggcute and Koffing. Drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I'm tempted to Artazon for another Duskull. We're definitely gonna heavy ball for that Budew. Not the Duskull, I want the Budew. Yeah, let's use that Artazon to find another Duskull. That feels good. Especially since the last Duskull is in prizes, which means that I just grabbed my last Duskull from my deck. Alright, shuffle, shuffle. Do I have Rare Candy? I do have Rare Candy, so I can Rare Candy this Dusknoir in play, which feels really good. I can also put Medicham V in play. I don't have the double turbo, unfortunately. Double colorless, same thing. So what I will do is I will Itchy Pollen once again. Let's say Budew gets knocked out here. Opponent goes to 5 prizes. I'll push Koffing. It doesn't really matter because everything has free retreat except for that Dusknoir. I draw the double colorless energy. That's really good. I will bench Budew from hand. I'll retreat. Let's not retreat yet. Let's play Rescue Carrier, recovering to Koffing. Here we go. I'll actually put Exeggcute like here, so I can remind myself to actually grab that. And then we'll Roxie away the 2 Koffings, doing 2 damage everywhere, or 2 damage counters everywhere, which means we're on 4 across the board total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I have Candy 2? I don't. I can level ball for Dusclops, so let's do that. Level ball for Dusclops feels really good. Do I have more search in my hand that I want to use? Probably not. There's a Roxie in discards. I can use Random Receiver to find the last Roxie out of my deck. Probably a good idea. Come on. Where is the Roxie? Is it not in my deck? Do I already have the last Roxie in hand? Hold on. Did I use 3 Roxies already? I've used 3 Roxies already. Whoopsie daisy. That's not great news. It means I have to... Well, I mean, I have VS Seeker in hand for next turn, so... Not the worst thing ever. Here we go. I'll retreat into the Medicham V. And surely I have enough damage to do 1 Yoga Loop, let's say for 1 prizer. And let's grab a random prize. Duskull, okay. That means Heavy Ball is now actively the worst prize I can grab. I can grab it 2 times out of 5. Okay. And we get another turn because it's Yoga Loop. We're evolving into Dusknoir. I'm gonna pop that Dusknoir. Oh, whoops. You're also supposed to be in the discards. Putting them at 4 prizes, and I'll use Whoopsie Daisy. Artazon. Just to check if there's any basics I want to bench. I don't want to bench Mew. I do not wish to bench the Mew. Alright. I wish to bench the Duskull from my hand. There's no There's unfortunately no Koffings in my deck anymore. But I can't change that. With Rescue Stretcher, I can shuffle back 3 Koffings. I can actually only shuffle 2 back, Noah. Calm down. We can only shuffle back 2. Shuffle back a Budew as well. And then I will grab my Exeggcute and play Quick Ball to find a Koffing. I'll grab my Exeggcute and I'll play Quick Ball to grab a Koffing. Wow, that felt very deja vu, but I had to do it that way, unfortunately. Reminder to still shuffle my decks. I will do that after the VS Seeker. Here we go, grab Roxie with the VS Seeker. Here we go. Do 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 do. There we go. We're fully shuffled. We're gonna play the Roxie, discarding 2 Koffings, so we're up to 6 spreads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. I put down that Duskull this turn, so unfortunately can't evolve that to Dusclops yet. Random Receiver won't do anything. Poké-Commander is Poké-Commander gonna grab anything useful for me? I don't think so. I Yoga Looped last turn, so we're gonna retreat into the Budew so that we can Itchy Ball in this turn. Let's assume that they KO the Budew. So I'll just push Medicham V again. I'll put Budew in play. And I really want to Rare Candy, so I'm gonna put Exeggcute back in my hand with Propagation ability, and I'll discard Dowsing Machine, or I'll discard Exeggcute and I'll discard Artazon. The Dowsing Machine to grab back a Rare Candy. Here we go. Rare Candy has been obtained. And what we can do then is use Pokémon Communication to put the Dusclops back into the deck. And find myself another Dusknoir. There we go. God, I love Pokémon Communication. It's such a cool card. I think it's unironically one of my favorite cards of all time. Especially with how old it is as well. Rare Candy into Dusknoir. Pop the Dusknoir to do some more damage everywhere, going down to 2 prizes. I have no way to replay Roxie right now. Unless I find Versus Seeker somehow, somewhere. I don't think that's possible. Let's Artazon to check if there's any meaningful basics to bench. I, once again, don't really want to bench Mew. Yo, Treasures of Ruin music. This reminds me of the Shiny Wo-Chen event that was happening last weekend. Or was it happening for a whole week? I don't remember. Anyway, the Shiny Treasures of Ruin, that was pretty cool. The announcement, not gonna lie. Anything else I want to do? Probably not. I could Mysterious Treasures or Tapu Lele, but there's no supporters left in my deck, so I can't. Let's just Yoga Loop something for like 1 prize. So what are my prizes left? I think I grabbed the heavy ball of the prizes, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Alright, anyway. We yoga looped, so we get another turn. Another turn of a useless top deck. Treat Medicham V. And Itchy Pollen. Let's assume Budew goes down to the Itchy Pollen. I'll do Medicham V again and draw. That's a useless draw as well. Maybe I should have finned? Should I have finned? I'm gonna grab Exeggcute from my hands. So I can use it to discard a card off of Mysterious Treasure. Just gonna find Lele. It's a Finn. I'm just gonna Finn at this point. I think I actually have to bench the Mew here. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't have. I don't have to. No, I don't have to. Because I can also just level ball for that Mew. That also works. I don't have to bench the Mew. Right. Kinda just hoping that we find the thing next turn. It's Yoga Loop for, let's say, 2 prizes this time. We've done 1 prize the other 2 times. I still prize Roxie. That's so sad. So I get back Rescue Stretcher and Quick Ball. Okay. Another turn goes by. I can get the Exeggcute back to my hand, and I can Quick Ball away Exeggcute to grab Ursaluna EX. Does Ursaluna seal the deal here? Probably. And if it doesn't, maybe Tapu Lele can seal the deal with an energy drive. Don't really have any other guess in the tank, so it's gonna have to be it. Starting that Koffing felt so bad. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, let's shuffle up again. Actually, I think I'm gonna start to break right now because it's 10 to 8. There's no way I'm cramming in a whole game in 8 minutes. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna start that midstream break right now. If that's okay with y'all. Alright, gangsies, I'm back again. Talking about Commander a little bit. It's likely gonna be August 24th when we're playing the showcase match, but don't put a pin in it yet. We're still trying to see if it works out for 3 of us. So I'm still waiting on an answer from the 4th. Probably gonna do like 1 or 2 more games with this list before calling it for today. Because this list is like kind of hard to play in the sense, like the difficulty of playing this list is mostly in figuring out how you want to place the damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon. And since that part is not like part of the solitaire gameplay, the deck feels really easy to play right now. But that's because the setup is like not the hardest, of course. Let's flip that coin in. It is tails, so we get another going second game. You know what? No, fuck it. I want to go in first game. Going second is beneficial for this list. I want to do it going first game. Okay. That's great. We're not forced to start coughing again. There we go. Put down 6 prizes. Flip the Budew. I'm going first. I have Exeggcute. Okay, we have Heavy Ball. Is a card. We can Heavy Ball our Budew back to our hands. The other prizes are Random Receiver, Dusknoir, Roxie, Double Colorless Energy, and Mysterious Treasures. I think I will bench that Budew. Also gonna go for a Buddy-Buddy Poffin to bench 2 Duskulls. 1. By the way, I'm using this Duskull currently. I think it's probably optimal to run Perplex Duskull. The one from the F block. I prefer this Duskull, just because, for now, because I own this Duskull a lot, because I'm Master Set in Shroud of Fable. And I don't own a single copy of the, I think it's Silver Tempest Duskull, not entirely sure. I'll also put down the Artazon and use that to bench something else, probably another Duskull. Let's be real. I'm not gonna bench down Mew. Yeah, it has to be another Duskull. Right. Yeah, 2 Budews and 3 Duskulls. Turn 1 going first. It's pretty good. Alright, I can play more cards here, but I don't want to, so I will pass. Let's assume Budew gets knocked out turn 1 going second. We're gonna push our other Budew and draw. Find another Buddy-Buddy Poffin. This is kind of useless right now. But not really, because it's still useful after getting... still useful after getting Stretchers. Let's quick ball away Exeggcute to find Tapu Lele-GX. And I will bench Tapu Lele-GX, triggering Wonder Tag to search my deck for a supporter card and put it in my hand. So I'm gonna search my deck for a supporter card. I'm gonna play Level Ball to search my deck for a Koffing. There we go. Shuffle, shuffle. There's nothing that I want to bench with Artazon. That I want to bench, that is. I guess I will thin out the Mew. Yes, I will thin out the Mew just in case. There's one less card in my deck. Alright, shuffle everything back. I'll play the Roxie, discarding those two to draw 6 cards. And do 20 damage to their whole boards. Let's see. No candies. Heavy Ball doesn't do anything because there's no basics in my discards or in my prizes. Sorry. I do have Rescue Carrier Roxie for next turn. I will play the Random Receiver right now, just so that we can find the last Roxie in our list. Oh, there we go. Nice. Alright. Shuffle, shuffle. Roxie goes to hand, Random Receiver goes to discard pile. Let's see. Got a lot of useless cards in my hand. Do I fin? Don't think so. Finning out the Medicham is an option. I think I will do that. Yeah, let's put Exeggcute back into our hand with its propagation ability and then Quick Ball Exeggcute to grab the Medicham. What do we want to grab the Latias? I'll grab the Latias. That feels really bad, but it allows me to go back-to-back Budews still. Find recovery plus Dusclops. Alright. Hello? I was about to say, like, where did my music go? Let's Itchy Pollen. Well, let's assume they don't knock out the Budew because they have nothing for that. Draw. Oh, I draw Rescue Stretcher. Okay, so we Rescue Carrier back to our hands 2 Koffings. And I'll play Roxie to immediately discard them and draw 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should have grabbed the Medicham, bro. Always punished. Because I got 4 Steel Stone. I got Level Ball for a Dusclops. Go. But what's nice about this play is that I'm not obligated to blow up Dusclops because my Budew lives another turn. Bench Dusclops. Let's sort my hand again. The way I like it, which is alphabetically by item type. Not gonna pop the Clops. Might want to make that a Dusknoir. I'll Itchy Pollen again. Probably going to 4 prizes. I'll push Duskull. Draw. There's Luna of all things. It's a little sus. I think I will have to pop this Clops, putting this to 3. I wanted to evolve that to the cool Dusknoir. Bench Latias EX. Rescue Stretcher back these 3 goobers. No. Rescue Stretcher back these goobers. Let's do it like this, actually. And then I'll Artazon back the Budew. I'll put the Exeggcute back in my hands. And I will use Mysterious Treasure, discarding an Exeggcute. What will we grab from this? I think another Dusclops. Still don't have candy. I think Dusclops is the right call here. Definitely not gonna pop any Clopses or Noirs anymore this game. So I will retreat into Budew and Itchy Pollen. Probably Budew knockout. Push Duskull. A Rescue Carrier here, which is really nice. That actually might save me. Koffing. And then we'll Roxie away to Koffings. Once again spreading 20s, totaling to a spread of 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I can use Pokémon Communication, put Ursaluna back in my deck, and search my deck for Medicham V. Bench Medicham V. Attach the 4 Sealstone to Medicham V. Use the 4 Sealstone to search my deck for a double colorless energy. You don't have to reveal that, but I mean, I'm gonna attach it right away, so. Satch. Evolve to Dusclops. Let's see, what else do we got going on in our hands? Okay, got a Rescue Stretcher and a VS Seeker. Got a Dowsing Machine. I think I need Float Stone for anything other than the Dusknoir. Let's attach it there. I think I'm good for now. Yeah, let's retreat to Duskull and use Yoga Loop to take, say, 1 prize. Ooh, whoopsie. Yeeted my whole mat. Take, oh, the DCE. That's kind of like the worst prize I could have gotten besides Random Receiver, but okay. Going to another turn. Okay. What I can do now is I can Rescue Stretcher for Koffing. And I can VS Seeker for Roxie. And then play Roxie, discarding 2 Koffings to do some more spread and some more draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dusclops. I have candy in hands, actually. Maybe evolving to Dusclops is not a good idea that I think it is. Although I have no way to find Dusknoir, so it kind of has to be this. Alright. Level Balls, Nest Ball, Quick Ball. Rare Candy. Because like, if I pop this Dusclops right now, I'm cooked. Let's retreat into the Mew. No, not Mew. Let's retreat into the Dusclops and pass. Going down to 1. Because they KO the Dusclops. Moving up my Medicham V again. Now I can bench Budew. Benching the Mew was definitely a mistake. 100%. Let's see, do I have... I don't have an out to Roxie, but I have a Dowsing Machine. What I can do is Rescue Stretcher back to Koffing and a Budew. And then I'll play my 2 Level Balls to grab my 2 Koffings. I'll recover my Exeggcute to my hand. And I'll play Dowsing Machine, discarding Exeggcute and double colorless energy. Search my discard pile for a Roxie. Yeah, you can put a trainer card. Then I'll play Roxie, discarding the 2 Koffings, drawing 6 once again, spreading some more damage. 6. I have 1 card in deck. How much recovery do I have? 0. Okay, we're gonna have to spread a lot of damage, which I think is very possible, actually. Recovery in my hand. The answer is no. Okay, so let's Yoga Loop. Let's assume we take 2 prizes with this. Boop. Take Roxie and Mysterious Treasure. We draw for turn. Yeah, the thing is I have no deck anymore. And I have no recovery for more spreads. Do I have the double colorless energy? I do, so I can attack with Tapu Lele technically. Benching the Budew was probably a mistake. I don't see any other outs, because there's no way I can like move some damage for 1 prize and then do Ursaluna for 2, because my bench is full. So I guess that's a GG scoop. Fortunate. It is what it is. It was pretty close though, not gonna lie. It was pretty close. Can we play one more? I guess we can play one more. It was a cool game. And we're gonna do a game going first. Oh boy. Sorry. I'm a little silly like that. Right, after the shuffle, I'll take another sip of water and then we'll do the last game for today. Make sure you sip your water too. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have. Do I want to start with Budew? Do I want to start with Budew? Not really. I'd rather let Medicham chunk a hit turn 1 going second. Not reveal the Budew until later. 4, 5, 6. Open, draw. Let's play that Random Receiver, shall we? Revealing. Oh, that's very fast. Nice. I'll shuffle later. Surely there's more search that I can play in this hand. Yeah, let's play Nest Ball, check our prizes. We priced Lele and Dowsing Machine and Roxie. That's a little sus, not gonna lie. But I'll go ahead and bench Latias with this Nest Ball. I do have an actual Latias, it's just in another list. So, I'm sorry. There's also Pokémon Communication here, which I do actually want to rip. Return that Dusknoir to my deck and grab a Koffing. There we go. All right. Okay. Okay, we grabbed the Koffing. And now pass. Let's assume you take a moderate hit of 120 or something. I don't know. We draw for turn. We play down the Budew. I will Mysterious Treasures away my Dusclops for another Koffing. Where's my other Koffings? There's the guy. There's the boy. The boy bomb. You know, I initially built this deck with the Weezings because you can't open the Weezings, but the Weezing can't be found off Quick Ball or Level Ball, so it's really awkward. It was a much more densely built deck with Mysterious Treasures, but that relied on Exeggcute so much. It was kind of gimmicky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Putting Roxie and the 2 Koffings in the discard pile. Definitely retreating this Medicham into Budew. And I'm definitely attaching the Forest Sealstone and the double colorless energy to this guy. Let's play Random Receiver to see if we can find another supporter. Here we go. We found it. We found it. Let's freaking go. Alright, let's give it a good shuffle. Let's see, do I want to prepare anything else? I think what I'll do is I'll use the V-Star power to use Buddy-Buddy Poffin to get 2 Duskulls in play. Getting some Duskulls in play seems really important right about now. This might be a very preemptive use of my V-Star power, but maybe Rescue Carrier. You know what? Yeah, Rescue Carrier next turn is way better than this shit. I can always do the Buddy-Buddy Poffin thing next turn. We're gonna chill for now. We're not gonna use that V-Star power. I'll Itchy Pollen. Let's say they're definitely taking this prize, by the way. Hold on. Push Latias. I did already draw for turn. Bench Budew. Retreat into Budew. And then we V-Star. We use our Start Alchemy. The die just rolled off into my pants. To go ahead and grab Rescue Carrier. There we go. We use the Rescue Carrier to recover Koffing and Koffing. And then I'll play Roxie to discard Koffing and Koffing, drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. of which one is a Duskull and one is an Artazon. Let's grab another Duskull. See, it worked out. It worked out in the end. Here we go, shuffle it all up. We got another Koffing back, our third one. Is very nice. We got some recovery. Okay, yeah. Let's Itchy Pollen. Go down to 4 prizes. Or they go down to 4 prizes. Latias, draw. I will Level Ball for an Exeggcute. I'll play Mysterious Treasures, discarding Exeggcutes for a Koffing. Oh wait, this is awkward. I'm messing up the order. I wanted to Rescue Stretcher first. Shuffling back Budew and double Koffing. Actually no, double Budew and 1 Koffing. And then Mysterious Treasures for this Koffing. Artazon for the Budew. That was the order that I had in mind. My bad, guys. Okay, we got to shuffle our deck. And hope we draw into some Rare Candy Dusknoirs. We shall see. Almost messed up my shuffle there. Alright. We VS Seeker. For Roxie. Discard 2 Koffings off of the Roxie. Draw 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many Roxies are in my discard pile? 1. 2. I can't play Random Receiver to find the last one. Great. Random Receiver. There we go. Found it not too slowly. Alright. Put the Roxie into my hands. Do I bench another Duskull? Probably wouldn't want to pop more than one. So I got Rare Candy Noir. For poppin'. I got regular Dusclops. Let's pop the Noir. Go. I guess I have to bench space to bench this Duskull. I have Heavy Ball. Let's grab Mew, because Lele's kinda useless right now. And Mew's at least discardable with Roxie. I don't think there's anything poffinable like in the deck even. Other than Koffing, which I don't want to Poffin. Actually, no, there's no Koffing in the deck. Okay. Retreat to Medicham V. And Yoga Loop for probably a prize. Probably 1. Even though I don't have that Dusknoir in play, I probably have set it up correctly. Or 1 at least. I guess Heavy Ball, okay. I mean, sure. Draw for turn. Oh my god, bro. I guess I will play the Heavy Ball just so I can get the Lele out of the prizes in case I need to attack with it at some point. Not the worst thing in the world. Officially. Okay. There's probably 3 Koffings in my discard, right? Yeah. So this Roxie's gonna suck. Because I have no recovery here. I've spent my V-Star power. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna recover Exeggcute with Propagation. I'll play Roxie discarding Exeggcute and Mew. Draw 6 and do 0 damage spread because I discarded the 0 Koffings. But we at least get to draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still no Dusknoir. Or no means to find Dusknoir even. That's a little sus. Not gonna lie. I'll hold the full Fog Crystal. Retreating Medicham to Budew. Sure. And I guess we're swinging with Itchy Pollen. This gets knocked out probably. Pushing Medicham V. Draw. Let's see how many Budews are in the discard pile. Just one. I can Artazon for another Budew. Yeah. My boy's just chilling here. And I have... Do I really not have Mysterious Treasures in hand? Did I really use both my Mysterious Treasures already? There's one. There's two. Yeah, I have. And Poké-Com. That's awkward as fuck, man. There's also no VS Seeker to actually help me get a Roxie. I don't think Tapu Lele works here. I can try. Yeah, there's none. I am officially bricked. Do we think there is a Yoga Loop angle here? Don't think there's a Yoga Loop angle here even. I think I just have to retreat into Budew again and just Itchy Pollen again. They go down to one price. And now we have to go for like a gigantic turn, and the top deck does save me because it's a fucking Dusknoir finally. So we have to bench this. We have to. Catch this. We don't have to, but... So with Dusknoir we can move some damages around. Let's see if we can fin a little. There's no Pokemon in my deck. Other than the Dusknoir that's left. That's really awkward. We can't like fin at all. Yeah, because all these cards are for Pokemon search. There's no Pokemon in my deck except for the Dusknoir. None of these cards can hit the Dusknoir. So let's Yoga Loop for 2 prizes. What did I get? Oh, I got the Roxie off the prizes. Also the Heavy Ball, that's fine. Alright. So we Rescue Carrier 2 Koffings. And we discard those 2 Koffings with the Roxie, drawing 6, spreading 20 everywhere. 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 1 card in deck and it's the other double colors. I don't really care about that, to be fair. Is there more I can do to spread more damage? No, there's literally nothing. So I'm assuming Ursa plus some Sinister Hand stuff clears. But that's the question. That's the ambiguity of testing in solitaire. We don't know if it actually clears or not. So it's gonna be a mystery, unfortunately. I am very sorry, gang. Alright, let's shuffle everything up again. Hope you guys enjoyed the list, by the way. I really enjoy making and playing this list. But it's a little awkward sometimes to get off the ground if you don't have, like, the specific cards you need. You don't even need that many specific cards, but just some. And sometimes you don't get those. Like having that Dowsing Machine in the discard there, or in the prizes there still, can definitely hurt our game plan, because if we just had that in deck, we could probably find it to like abuse another Rare Candy earlier. or go for another Roxie on a turn where we didn't. But unfortunately that is not the case. Let me just grab the Medicham real quick. There we go. Boop. And I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys for now. On the YouTube side, I'm not gonna raid out because you can't really raid out on YouTube, but I will raid out on the Twitch side. So let's check to see who is live right now. If you hear my chair rolling, no you don't. Alright, let me just stop this music for a second. Oh my god. So I can actually listen in on the peeps that are live on Twitch. I'll prepare the raid messages for now. There we go. Let me copy mine over as well. If you're not part of the Discord yet, or not following the Twitter or what, or like the YouTube, for example, feel free to do so. I would really greatly appreciate it. Who are we going to raid? I think I have raided Spoof recently, but I think I wanna. Oh wait, we can raid Cat. We can raid Cat. Yeah. He's playing some peak, like the game, not the adjective. All right. Thanks everyone so much for hanging out. I'll talk to you guys later, probably next Tuesday, where we'll start working on another expanded deck. And I guess I could give you guys a small tip on what Pokemon this is going to be centered around. The tip I'm going to give is, ooh. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your time, and talk to you guys later. Bye bye.